Test. Test.
We're good.
Okay, cool. Let's wait a few minutes. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey Carl. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome. That's to that July roundtable. And okay, let's try and start with few questions. Packet flow, yeah, it's a good idea. I will write it now. And I think that we will push it a bit before and tease it like the previous week, so people know that's what's coming. We will also push it on few other medium like Blockfolio, Pixie, and so on. So I think this way everybody can follow. And also, I don't know what you think about that, but we should rename that roundtable to AMA because a lot of people use that. So I don't know if you think it's better than roundtable. Do you? Yeah. Yeah. Ask me anything.
Не, мало. Пойдем, там что-то написано. Сейчас.
Crypto Magnus? Yeah, thanks.
I'm here.
Hey. Okay, so I already noted that. So push the roundtable the week before, tease it, and rename roundtable to AMA. Team, I share the doc with you if you want to add also stuff. Ask me anything. GDD, I would like to know what is the status of the new website. It should be our priority as the current website is not really helping us in any form. Is there any separate team working on it? While we are in development phase of the website, we can't post some sneak peek of the new website on social media. The thing is about the website, it's a bit more than that because we are currently working on UX and UI. So it's pretty bigger, and we make a graphic chart. I think we call that uh, Cow. It's the name. Raku. Hello. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm here. I'm in the car, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know what the name of it, but it's like setup
Rub-
for like yeah
the
reference.
branding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are working on the branding because now every app is a bit different. You have not so good UI UX, and it's a big point that we have to solve. And it's why what are working on it. We have a designer now, a guy that make that. He is not on the Discord, but he is working on it, and I take some freelancer to code the website because yeah, it's not a task so difficult, but and we don't have time to do it. So we make the graphics, we make the text, and so on, and this team is coding the website. What is the biggest thing being working at the moment? Like a roadmap with ETA on timeline, getting stuff out of beta. We're still working on the the Pill chat that will be soon out of beta. And I'm working also on the PLX, PillPay stuff. So you will be able to make the exchange. There is coding. There is also a lot of background work and paperwork for that. So it's all handled. And that's our biggest task and priority is that fiat gateway. So people will be able to enter um, easily the pill. Also, we are currently testing a few other stuff, still a bit private for the moment, because as you'll see, the hash rate is still decreasing. And yeah, with to the how can we call that Pill 2.0, I think. So that's something that's currently testing. We are making some docs on that. You don't see it on the dev diary, but we are making some docs to explain everything and to push that out. Yeah, 40, but during the week it was 25, I think. I have a graph and it's pretty scary. And pretty sure we don't have a lot of small miners in the chain. Um, Most of them just mine and dump it because they have to pay electricity and so on. But I have a discussion with a guy of Fluxcoin, and they have the same problem. People just mine it or big farm, put rig on it or ASICs, and they mine and dump. And if you check the Stake wallet or um, the exchange, you see that it's frequently small amounts that are being dumped. So yeah, we work on some project that could be. I have some trouble to say that word. Blinky, can you help me on that? Interoperability.
Interoperability, yeah. So
Thank you.
I'm not going to spill the beans here, but there's some additional chains that could be forming that also tie into this chain.
Yeah. Where is the liquidity?
With specific purposes to help build more featureful abilities to get around some of the problems that we currently have, and to make the platform more buildable and faster, which is what everybody would like.
Exactly.
So part of the thing about the website too, we identified a while back that the website was very hard to navigate. It's hard to find any information, and it's even harder for us to sell any information off of it because it's so hard to find anything. So when Julian was talking about the branding, I think what he's trying to say is that the it's going to be made a lot more simple, a lot more visual, and a lot more branched out, so that you can follow a branch for a product and get all the information about that product without having to go seek it out mixed in with a bunch of other stuff about other products.
Thank you. Where is the liquidity of PLS coming from? Are you going to be able to cash in and out to fiat? The PLX liquidity, we will work with the exchange too. Okay, all the exchange have API. We have ton of liquidity available. I will provide also a bit of liquidity for that. So you have to know that first we will make it on step. So you will not be able to buy 100,000 in one click, because if you have to get the credit card for that too, um, and it will require more verification for that. So first, we will enable the possibility to buy, and a bit after that we will enable the possibility to sell and to cash out. But it will be step by step. We need to be sure everything is working correctly, and first we will make a kind of beta where people can play with it, and it will be fake money, if we can call that like that, so we can check the security and check everything. Yeah, exactly, packet flow. Yeah, and during the beta we could. Okay, so let's just make a little resume of what we have made during this month. Oh, wow. Let's just censor that first. Okay, so I will reply to the number. There should be X number of tweets regarding PL per week, no matter what. The thing is with that, if you just post random news or thing that people don't want to see, they will just unfollow you. That's the problem too. So it's good to make you available everywhere, but people will just unfollow you. And we tested that a bit, that technique, and you cannot post the same thing again and again. That's a problem. So yeah, you raise engagement, but you lose a lot too. So we have to focus on news and some tutorials and so on, but we have to provide quality content for that. You cannot just talk 10 times a week about Poseidon, for example, because people don't care after the fifth time or like that. But also, a big plus on Twitter is if people retweet, like, um, and yeah, that's pretty the word.
Oh, they take money.
Yeah. Where is storage master node? I think I already answered that like 10 times. Storage master node will be out not soon, maybe at the end of the year, but we have to focus on what we have already because storage master node is another thing. So yeah, it's not something that is working on at the moment because we have PLP, PLX, and we are not a big ICO with lot of ton of money that we can hire a ton of developers and so on. And even if you do like that, you will provide all at once, and you don't know what work, what doesn't work, and it's really hard to improve. You have to keep in mind that we are not company like Apple. We are close to the final release at Pill Chat and Pill App. That I already replied a bit before. So yeah, we are close.
Hey, Dubs, on that point, can you maybe list some of the things that people are not aware that were added in to the Pearl chat?
Yeah, we will enable the tipping. We will enable the group chat. The thing is, and Pill Chat is part of the studio. You need a lot of transaction, and Pill Chat was pushed out for an MVP, so minimum viable product, to check if we got interest from people, and effectively we got interest from people, and you cannot handle that with a chain that make only 50 or 20 transaction per second. So let's be realistic, it will not work really well. Or you have delay like 10 or 20 second uh, message, and it will be not really useful and not really user friendly. So it's why we are working off on sidechain and protocols to handle that pretty not by pretty but way better than actual. So PillChat will be released as it's as version 1.0, and then will become PillChat version 2.0 with a lot more usability too. I think it's how I can say that, Blinky.
Yeah, let me give a Cliff Notes summary of read between the lines. Pearl Chat's functionality is severely inhibited by the random block times that we have and the number of transactions that we can actually fit into the blocks, along with a couple of other features. So version 1.0 will be released soon with the current functionality, but there's a 2.0 on the horizon that will have a side chain that integrates increased transactions per second and decreased block times in order to be able to grow the application to a more scalable size. Because right now it's usable. It's got more bugs to be worked out eventually, but it needs a bit of a different type of back end to actually make it grow. Otherwise, we feel it's not going to be very impressive and will not get used. And if it doesn't get used, it doesn't help drive the ecosystem. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, as I said, we are a bit short for that roundtable to present everything what we are working on. But I think for the next one, we will be able to present you the whole plan and get an overview with something really clear about that. So the next question is the three. What about the new desktop wallets and maybe our mobile wallet? Mobile wallet is in the work. You can see in the dev diary, and the new desktop wallet is Pirl app. So already reply it. Pirl X is part of Pirl app. Not really, not yet. When this release during the summer, there will be a beta for that. Any roadmap? Yep.
I was going to say on the wallet thing. I know lots of people are having sync issues with Nautilus. I want to kind of talk about that for a second. So part of the problem with Nautilus is that when it closes off the node, it doesn't close it out correctly. It basically closes it without giving it time to clean up. And if you have a computer with a bunch of connections and a bunch of open files for databases, and then you suddenly end task on that program, you leave a bunch of open errors inside of it. And so when you go to start Nautilus back up, you've seen this error before where then it talks about that the block was incorrectly closed or has corrupted headers and it needs to roll back to the last part that it knows was good. Here's the problem with that is that the Nautilus wallet has a time that it waits to connect to the locally running node. And the node starts and then it pauses and then it decides to go backwards in time a little bit. And then it has to go find peers and then it has to start asking for the sync to happen. And only after all that happens will it allow the GUI to actually talk to it. And in the meantime, while all that happens, the damn thing times out, and then it pops up that lovely error that everybody pops up with, that it couldn't connect to the peer or couldn't connect to the node. And this is why sometimes when you start it the second time, that it works, or the third time, or the fourth. It's just a matter of timing. The Nautilus wallet was based off of a project called Mist, and Mist is no longer under active development. It's been abandoned by its developers and we're not going to take over that. So Nautilus won't be updated other than the binaries for the node on the back end, which, because of the things that I just mentioned, will never fix the issues that people are having with Nautilus. It's just not going to happen. The people who made Mist forked their project into a different one called MyCrypto. MyCrypto has a desktop GUI, it supports Ledger, all the other nice things. It's basically the future of the Mist wallet. And it does support Pirl, it supports ETH, it supports lots of other coins. And it is currently usable. You can go to mycrypto.com, you can download the desktop GUI, you can basically have all the same features and functionality that was inside of Nautilus on that. And it's still under active development, so therefore it will get patches and things like that without taking up time from the developer team. Until other wallets come out, like Julian was talking about with the new mobile wallet or enhanced versions of the Pirl app, it's a viable alternative and acceptable. So I wanted to explain why that Nautilus has these issues, and it's not going to be fixed. So you can get frustrated at it and you can complain, but there's not much we can do. We can take over the project and fork it and try to go in there and waste a bunch of our time trying to fix inherent problems in their code, but the project itself is gone, so there's not really a whole lot of point to it.
Thank you, Brian. Um, any roadmap for the new website and why change again that? It's certain this true year. So I think Brian or Blinky already explained that point too. GDD. I don't know where this come from, but a lot of people in crypto think Pirl is a dead project. We spread this is, and for what I don't know. But I think we as a team should work on this and make sure we don't carry an image of dead project. What can we do to fix this? I think for to fix that, yeah, we should continue to talk about. The problem is now is people are looking about the value, the exchange, and so on. Uh, Pirl got some not beautiful day because it's lost his biggest exchange. Then we go to stacks. Uh, we are working on increasing the visibility on that, and it's pretty hard to do it because in crypto you have people that have a lot of money and make a bunch of marketing, so you see them, but they don't really develop and so on. I think we have to continue to talk about it. We will release some stuff, but you as a community too have your role in that, and you will continue to post on Twitter, on Facebook, on social media. Feel free to write some article too, because it's really important, and that's a community coin. Um, and yeah, it's everybody that could do that too. Just what Void says. Quick clarification on what is being done to increase the amount of miner hash rate in PL. Um, the problem with that is, and we will outline that in the docs that we will give you. I think it's more a Brian part that may be better to explain that. Um, but miners is just mining where the profit is. And just if you want to increase the hash rate, go to stacks, make a pump, and you will wait just 10 or 20 minutes, and you will see that people will come back, and you will see that the sell orders will also increase, and the volume will increase. So I don't know really how to explain that correctly, but I think that's not the biggest issue. Miner and hash rate, yeah, is important, um, but it's not what will solve the problem.
So yeah, so there's a lot of complexity to that problem, and to be honest, it might just be luck to some degree, right? I mean, if you have this exchange, let's say you have 100 exchanges, and one of them finds that you can buy Pirl really cheap and then sell it really high on another one. What'll happen is they will buy the cheap Pirl and they'll move it over to where they can sell it higher, and then they'll sell it and drive down the price. There's not a buy there that brings the price up. There's a buy there that drives the price down. This is also very similar to what happens with mining. The miners, they mine, which is cool. I mean, I'm a miner, always was, and they mine to make profit. And the only way to make profit is to sell. Um, you can buy, but then if you're buying to sell, then that means that you're buying low and selling it when it gets higher, which also brings the price down. And so there's two major aspects of the chain right there that are negative in price. And who's going to bring in new miners and spend their money mining electricity when the price is under constant suppression? The only way to bring the price up is outside of mining, because mining only takes the price out. It's a transfer of wealth from people who buy into the project to invest in the project, which then gets distributed to people who sell the tokens that they mined or that they bought at a discount, right? So there's a huge amount of pressure on any coin that at least has mining anyway, to figure out ways to pump it up, to bring interest in, to bring new things in. And that's the only thing that actually brings in new miners, because miners won't come just to mine. They only come to sell. They come to mine, make money, and get out. And that's the cycle of a miner. That's the truth of it. Um,
Yeah, and
so it's
Brian,
very difficult without other products or without other things to be able to bring in the hype, to be able to bring in the miners, to be able to increase the hash rate, which then brings in more miners. And it's a bit of a getting out of a black hole's gravity well. You shoot out of it, or you kind of stay in there, or you get sucked down in and you die. Um, we're always happy to entertain, suggestions from the community. You guys are in hundreds of other coins that we're not. You know how it's done. You've seen it work, and if you're constantly watching people do multi-level marketing, by the end of it, you become a fucking multi-level marketer, and you understand how to trick people and make people have interest. But as a bunch of developers, that's not always the easiest thing for us to grasp. And the community as a whole is what makes the community. It's not Dubs. It's not me. A lot of us have full-time jobs, and we do this as a hobby, and we hope things go the best that they can. But bringing in hash would be nice, but it's very difficult to figure out how to do that, because as soon as the hash comes in, like Julian said, you can go on Stex and you can bump the price up, and within 20 to 30 minutes, people see the price bump and they come in and they knock it back down. So it's a very good question. How do you bring up the hash? Well, you bring up the price. How do you bring up the price? Well, you don't fucking sell it for less than a cent.
Thank you. Good explanation. Carl, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it was much of the same thing. The problem is also the thing Brian didn't mention is the big difference in where you live, in location, and what gear you're mining with. And if you're using some of the newest miners now, you have 485 hash, mega hash for 700 watts. And if you have that place like in north of Norway or in Iceland or in China, you have maybe like 2 or 3 cents a kilowatt. And none of us on this table can compete with that, So, and these kind of people, they run huge ass farms and they dump everything they mine. And this is
Well,
the
yeah,
main
exactly.
problem.
So when they dump, they don't need to dump for 12 cents. They can dump for 2 cents,
They can
and
dump for
they
two
still make a
cents.
profit, and the rest of us hurt, right?
The
So
problem is, the problem is they can dump for even less than 2 cents because they hash for the double of what you do, right? So they maybe have 1 cent of the cost for your 12. It's a big difference. And
well,
this
it's
is the
always
main
been a
problem we have.
problem. This has been a
Yeah.
problem since the start of any ETH hash coin, is how to get
Yeah,
people.
it has.
And it's a cycle.
Yeah,
You
but
know, they
in
come
in
in, the
the
coin is new.
yeah in the last years it even worse than it ever been. I think.
Right. So there are, I don't know if Julian's going to get mad at me, but there are side chains being developed with Pirl to help assist with some of this issue.
Yeah, and it's why we talked about a bit, but we will really want to explain everything about that. And yeah, personally, I like depots, and I like the way that you can sell your service to other blockchain too. Um, mining is great. I was a miner, and now I'm a miner during the winter because I need to eat. But I don't mind to make profit because it's not profitable at all. And I think we have to evolve and upgrade the chain to meet the requirement of everybody.
I think that's a very good point, Dubs. And let's go back just a minute. Initially miners were the security of the chain, right? They were validating the transactions. We have miners. We have more master nodes than we do miners, and master nodes also validate the chain. That being said, proof of work to slow down the rate of blocks and to distribute the rewards is not necessarily something that has to happen if you have enough nodes to be able to continue to secure the chain. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, and exactly as you said, we can clearly see uh, the Grand Canyon between the miners and the holders of the master node on Pirl chain, um, because it's not just a master node for nothing. And that's a good point that you bring, Brian, because it's something that's really important. We have a chain that where we can analyze both the mining and the staking. Um, we clearly see that the staking is the biggest point here, and it has just the mining has just dropped and dropped and dropped. I got a
Well, we
mining.
hit that equilibrium, right? So at first we had mining, and then we had mining and selling, and then we had a bunch of investing happen because the master node, the floodgates opened when the master nodes came out. Everybody wanted them, they needed them, it was the hot thing. Now there's a whole bunch of them, and now the price has been suppressed down to a point to where that the master nodes are just barely profitable. And so we've hit that equilibrium point where, as a coin, we have to grow and change and to keep interest in, or we have to just stay the way that we are and accept the fact that part of the profits coming off of the coins being generated are going to master nodes, which are replacing the miners, essentially.
Yeah, and that point is really important because now we have mining pool. Later we can bring a staking pool. So miners will be able to mine, or maybe investors, real investors, will be able to take even more profits than actual, and supported too, because a guy like, for example, GDD, he's here since the beginning, and
That's right, and he wants a storage node. But part of the problem with storage node is it's another set of miners mining into the same reward pool.
exactly. So yeah, we are on the point that we need to upgrade the chain, and we are working on that. It's being tested now, honestly, and we package all of that on a good document, and we will drop it. So we will be able to get the point of everybody.
This is coincidentally not a Pirl exclusive problem. All of the ET hash coins that followed us or emulated us or worked alongside us and brought master nodes into ET hash, almost all of them have had the same uh, decline. Our graphs for hash are pretty much the same. Part of Pirl's issue is that we were a no hype coin. We, not by default, but we just all never really, as the coin was coming out and being developed, we didn't like to, sell hopium, and so we kept things very real. As a byproduct of that, we might not have shot to the moon possibly, but at least we can sleep with our integrity intact.
Exactly, and I think it's really important, and um, it's a big part. The integrity is really important, because if you take a lot of, just take the first 1,000 coin in coin market cap, just check it, and yeah, you will have the answer about that.
Wait, could we make a go back in time coin?
Yeah, could be possible.
Maybe we need to go back in time sidechain coin that peers up with other coins to go outsell them before they're born. I got an idea. I'm going to make that coin.
Yeah, made
And
an ICO.
this is the life cycle of a coin to some degree. They make up the most crazy ideas that are not technically possible with flipping bits inside of a processor, and then they sell it to people who want to go in. But the people who go in, they all know that they're not going to go back in time. Instead, what they want is to buy low and sell high, and then get the hell out of the market and take their money and go destroy another coin.
Exactly. That is a big point, and that's what most of people do. Buy low, sell high, and that's all. Of course, we all want some profits, but it's not possible. There was a question about from Zero speaking about exchange. Was a long time ago that the team was in negotiation with several well-established exchange. Yeah, of course. Now we have Bixi. I see that you say except Bixi, but Bixi will come. You have to know that, for example, exchange like Bittrex is excluding US client too. And Bittrex cost 10,000 euro to have a review for Malta part, and another 10,000 euro at least to have the review for the Bittrex itself. So it's really a lot of money. Now we see some weird stuff happening also to Bittrex, that they just delist some coin and so on. So after that, going after Bittrex is really good thing, but it will be the same stuff than other exchange. I'm not sure this exchange still growing, honestly, personally. And there is a lot of exchange outside that's will bring some value too. And we will develop also the Pirl X. That's the most important stuff, because now if a trader want to trade, it just can go to stacks and trade it, buy, sell. What we need is adoption and people able to buy the coin. And for that, you will have to go to Bittrex, and before you should go to Coinbase and so on. So it will not help a lot. That's my point of view. I think packet flow, Blinky, yeah.
You appear to be
On the
possibly synced up to the forked chain.
yeah, and you are, I think, because the blog you post is the same. What I can advise you is delete the note or the Nautilus and re-download the one from the website, because we updated um, some boot node for that. But you are definitely on the wrong chain.
Look, good thing he's only got 5 peers. Also, in case anybody is curious about that, when you have a fork, unless unless every single node forks with you, you end up with these spurious small chains left over that, if they form peer relationships with others that don't update, then they basically they run their own version of the chain. And it is sometimes possible to end up syncing to those rather than to the main chain. And it's just a side effect of the way ETH works. But like Julian said, we did swap out boot nodes to try and help alleviate that issue. So packet flow, I'd recommend you probably delete your whole Pirl. Well, keep your key store, but delete everything else, and delete your Nautilus wallet out of your app data, so it will download the latest one. If you added enough peers that were on the higher chain, like if you added them manually, then those peers that were on the bad chain would end up getting blocked, and then you would sync up to the correct chain. It's just, it looks like with your low peer count, you're not getting enough of the right ones. Tech support roundtable.
Okay, let me make anyone was working on PillTube and or will get new PillTube in Poseidon. For the moment, PillTube is lacking also about that Shin stuff. Uh, for PillTube to be really useful, you will have to upload your video, and you don't have to compute your video yourself. Um, and that's a problem. Or so that will be solved with a new infra. But I think PLTube will be turned more private because we have some trouble with law 13 from Europe. That's I think it's votes now. So a lot of content will be banned also from YouTube and so on. And yeah, I don't want to run against lawyer and so on for the moment. I think we have a lot to do better than that. But PillTube is developed and we can use it as private app inside, for example, sharing video in the chat and so on. So it's a component. It's not that. It's still here. Yeah, we'll not push PillTube for now. Priority now is to upgrade that chain and get that cell and make some easy step to get Pill where it should be.
And to get the chat out
Exactly.
and to get the information flow under control, so we can approach marketing from a better standpoint, not from a chaos theory.
Yeah, exact. Because now it's a chaos. So we are focusing really on that. Um, it's not spectacular work because we don't really see anything. But
Oh, you didn't announce the new UX UI designer.
I
I mean,
think
you
I
did, but not officially.
yeah,
Did you?
but you do it. Feel free.
No, that's your job.
I do it on the beginning. So yeah, we hired a new guy that will be part of the team, and as mentioned, it's not on Discord, but this guy will work half time for PL. Why half time? Because the other half time is working for a big company, big telecom company, and he's managing the design for that company. So we will benefit from his experience on that. And that's the biggest lack now for PL is the UX and UI because I'm a shitty designer, um, and I don't want and I don't want to dive in that. I think Packet Flow. Any recommendation? What the average community member can do to push a project? Um, that's something Void could maybe manage because Void is pushing a lot on the community stuff, and we could maybe build a plan or something, some guideline for that. To help you, but basically it's just talk about Pill. Also, as DP Telecom mentioned, is the translation. That's really important because if you translate, you reach more people, and if you reach more people will come in. That's snowball effect. I will quickly go over what we have accomplished this month. So Numna have written the monthly overview that will be published on Monday. So generally, we go to Pill Chat. Pill Chat, we have developed also one page, so we can present the product, and it's how it will work now. Also, each product will have its own page. So we printed the product with a small video, and you can see everything. We are working on PillX Pill Pay, so that's already mentioned it. What to mine? So for miner, we are back on what to mine from age because we are now listed on CryptoBridge, but in the same time they listed stacks. So we are there for the moment. So Bixie is on the work as always. On CryptoBridge part, you can trade Pirl with BTC, USDT, ETH, LTC, Ravencoin, and their own coin, BTS. So it's a lot of pair. I contacted yesterday CoinMarketCap to add Pirl to it, to add CryptoBridge, and I think they do it because I received an email saying it's down, and yes, it's down. Rakul have worked on the new promotional video that you can see on Pirl.io. It's the main video you see on the top. So that's really useful, I think, to help people. The translation is in the works too. Yuki is working a lot for that on Spanish, but you guys, if you want to translate, feel free and contact DP Telecom. The new website is in the works too, with the UI, UX, UI stuff for every apps. So that's a big step. On Poseidon side, we fixed a lot of, we fixed some small stuff, some bugs and so on. So the mobile wallet is working on. And also I have to mention that DP Telecom is taking care of Jack. Jack is a bot that will help us to get more engagement, and it will be present on the new website. And I think it will he will publish it in Discord. It will reply to all the question and so on of the people. So we don't have to stick 24/7 on the website, but it will raise engagement. You will be also able to send the email to the support with the bot and so on. And the mobile wallet also started. So it's pretty everything for the moment. You guys have more questions? Yeah.
Void had a question about
Your quality
for
is
another
really bad.
exchange.
Carl, we don't heard you. It's broken.
Brooke, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I heard you, but I don't hear.
No, it's a joke. There's a Sprint commercial where cell phones, he's traveling around countries and calling somebody and going, "Can you hear me now?" Well, we can't hear Rackle. Might need a new provider.
Yeah, I think so.
He said something about Void asking a question. No, I'm looking up trying to find.
I think he asked about another exchange listing or something like that.
Oh, maybe another donation round. That one.
Yeah, I think that's one. It's for Binance. It's 40 BTC. I'm joking. Zero. All the exchanges are making wash trading. Even Binance do it.
Maybe we should take a donation round and do a price pump on our own coin.
Yeah.
Probably add more value than getting another exchange to help draw the suppression out.
Yeah, the thing is, we can add exchange, but we should improve the fundamentals. What we are working on now with the chain, because it's just in French is uh, reculer pour mieux sauter. It's like uh, taking a step forward to jump, but I think it's important to fix further fundamental and so on. Now we have a lot of exchange. We have GraviX. We have okay, it's not big exchange, but still small exchange. And I think because I see that some people talk about CLO and so on, a lot of people is submitting to exchange, but they are not necessarily listed. And if you see in Binance, they just listed Doge. Binance rule is we list only coin that bring awesome technology. They just listed Doge because okay, they have a huge community. That's all, but they don't bring anything new. Have an Elon Musk.
Yeah, maybe Void and GDD and Noobspeak and some of the others can make a little, marketing team and get their thoughts organized.
Yeah, and I think Noobspeak was speaking about a new video too, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, we need side by side. Of course, we need marketing too. We cannot just die and don't make marketing. We have to push some marketing, but the best marketing is the organic one. So it's the community marketing.
No sound.
Yeah, in fact, I asked it to call in private message, and I think he replied in general if he has no
Oh.
sound to speak. That's the thing. GDD, could you handle that and make maybe a document with some observation that you see and some stuff that you want to bring also, if you got the time to do it? and if it's something you want to do it to, of course. So we got an overview and some technique. Some people are pushing Zelcore. I think it's really not cheap because folks check it that. Thing is, raising fund for the wallet is good, is cool, it's super cool. But basically, you pay them to for the development of that, and then they can just say, okay, we will just delete you or remove you because they don't want you anymore, or because they control that. So yeah, it's good. We have already a mobile wallet. It's Coinomy that you can use, uh, but we cannot be listed in every point or every wallet. Even 0.2 or 2 BTC and so on per wallet or per stuff is a lot. GDD, even if you list at the thing, and I'm pretty sure other people can help on that too. The thing is to start the initiative. The goal is not to list every coin in PillX. It's not to make Binance too. That's not the goal of PillX. PillX will be a gateway for Pill. Yeah, 2 BTC for listing. $20,000 no for listing. I think Atheos is developed by.
Oh, did they? Sweet.
But
I
I
like
think
Atheist. Baran's super nice guy.
you know them.
Yeah, I had a pool with them for a while, and I helped them. Yeah, Atheos is a coin that is making video games, and they're using their chain as the back end currency for it, for like role playing video games. Not role playing, but massive online type stuff like World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
yeah, just what
Baran
Alan said.
left? What?
Yeah, it's what I heard. So
Why did
basically,
he leave?
sorry.
Sorry, turning a round table into a chat room.
Basically, is that's a good point because the community took over, but the dev left. Why did they left? Maybe because of money also. But here we stay around, we stick around, even if we got fired from the community or because you are not so always happy. But just something that I want to point. Time is not always good. We had a lot of, I will take that, a lot of shit to handle and so on, but we're still here and we still manage it. And all the team is there for that, and we are here even if Cryptopia stuff or 51 attack and so on, and we handle it that. So that's why now we continue to progress on that, and we don't abandon the community. And I think also the community stay here and know, okay, the roundtable is maybe a bit smaller in terms of people, but it's just time, and we have to push that with some community initiative, pushing maybe a meme contest or whatever. Feel free to submit ID. We are here for that, and we will be back to the top. I got an image for that. Fail, 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 and then uh, be better. But if I could find it. Oh yeah, maybe I posted in the troll box. Okay, I think you guys have more question, or we can close that roundtable. I will just publish one thing that so you will be able to think about for the next roundtable. That's the hash rate of Pirl for the moment, the evolution, and it's why we are taking some action or thinking about it.
I would be curious what it would look like if you overlaid the Pirl price on top of that. I bet it follows it directly.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, yeah. Packet flow, you can get that from Dev Explorer. Let me post the link. A second. Here you go. Um, some initiative like Vyacheslav, sorry for the name, make some GIF and so on. It's really good and it's really nice, and I really appreciate it because it's one, it's funny, and second, it's make people talking about Pill. Link about GDD. He just posted one here. The GIF he made. He made a lot. Every time we do something, he made a GIF or video or whatever. He makes something. Okay, I think we are good now. Team, something to add to that before we close that roundtable? Blinky?
No, I got nothing.
Okay, cool. So thank you very much once again to be here, and see you next month. I have just one thing to say. We will check. I will still moving this month. Normally start of the next month to Mauritius, so I will still be available, and we will make the roundtable happen. Could delay the 1 day or two, depends on the fly, by the way, because it's still a big step, and it's already honestly a pain in the ass to do that. But I will still be there, and I still be here all the time. Thank you, and see you next month. Bye. Have a nice.
Bye, everybody.